In today's video, we are going to be cleaning the idle control valve, the ICV valve, in a BMW E36 engine. We're also going to be doing a couple other things like replacing the grommet and showing you where the ICV is located. So let's get started. So to get to your ICV valve, you don't have to take off your air filter, but you do have to take off your mass airflow sensor, your rubber boot, and the throttle body. We'll skip that because I've done that multiple times on my channel here, and hopefully you know how to do it already. So that little valve right there, which I showed you guys in the beginning, we are looking at it right here as it's attached to the air intake manifold. So we're looking here in the back, we have a connection that you have to unhook, and here on the left you have the rubber grommet that you have to pull off, and the idle air control tube, which you also have to disconnect. Here is the other end of the idle control tubing that goes all the way to the bottom of that rubber boot. Now I actually replaced that rubber tube there here in another video because it was cracked and I think it was causing a lot of problems. You can check out that video over on my channel if you'd like. Now I'm going to speed it up here a little bit just because it takes quite a while to get the idle control valve out, but again, just unhook that connection on the back and take off the hose clamp on the bottom to the idle control tube, and then the grommet on top simply just falls out the air intake manifold. Now I'm gonna wiggle it here and you see that you can't really hear anything, and you're supposed to be hearing something because there is a valve in there that opens and closes depending on the vacuum in your air intake manifold. So we inspect it here. You can see it's quite dirty. It's kind of black inside, and we're going to clean it with some carb cleaner. If you watch to the end here, you will hear by the end of the video what it's supposed to sound like, and you will also see the comparison between a new and an old rubber grommet. And there's quite a difference, and there's a couple points that I'm going to make as to why I think you should change the rubber grommet. So just blow out the inside of this, just make sure that you're not getting it on the electrical connection, and to make sure that you allow the carb cleaner to dry completely. Now I did not put on the new rubber grommet right now, obviously, because I didn't want to spray the new grommet with some of the carb cleaner. I didn't know if that would make the grommet a little brittle or maybe destroy it prematurely. So I just left the old one on. You can take it off, put it on, whatever you'd like. So you can hear right here that the idle control valve is actually moving a little bit. So whatever I was spraying in there, it actually freed up some of the caked up carbon and it allowed it to come off. While your control valve is drying, go ahead and get your new grommet and compare it with the old. Make sure everything works and everything is the right dimensions. You can see on the old grommet some of the rubber grip on the inside has started to wear away, and it started to get a little flat on the inside. So this is a possible leak case for my air intake. So when you're looking online, you might not be able to find an ICV grommet, but as far as I found out, that it was the same grommet for the PCV valve. Now I have also done a replacement for my PCV valve if you want to check that out, but when you're looking online for a replacement, don't be alarmed if you can't find an actual ICV. It's the same thing as the PCV valve, at least for my E36 engine. Once you have the ICV valve and it's all cleaned and dry, you can connect it back up, and also once your grommet has been placed on the ICV valve, you can place it back up into the manifold. Now I found that hand tightening one of these bolts really helps in reinstalling this idle control valve. Definitely want to make sure that the grommet is pushed all the way up into the air intake manifold because you don't want to have to redo this job. Definitely not. So once you have the grommet back up inside and the electrical connection on the back, make sure the idle control valve tube on the bottom has the hose clamp on, and then you just connect everything back up. And that pretty much sums everything up. If you guys like this video, I'd ask that you subscribe, leave a comment if I made any mistakes, if there's anything I could have done better. I'd always like to improve for sure. And leave a like if you like the video, and share it if you think this can help somebody who owns a BMW. Thanks for watching.